Welcome back to GEISELSBERG for episode 27 with me, MrSealyp. Okay, so as you've seen, KJ Wiggum's Haulage did solve the problem of the silo at up at the top in GEISELSBERG. Just a different trailer. That was the simple solution to that problem. We are on a different field. I said I was going to make hay. We are in the process of building up for total mix ration production. I have got silage in a bunker silo just through there. I'll put a little arrow now. So what we've bought, this field doesn't actually have a number. We are down here, this field here. All of the triticale went to Peter and Charlotte. We've been paid for that, and we got paid, I think, what did we say it was going to work out? 300 and something thousand, wasn't it? It's a fair old bit of money. Can't remember now off the top of my head. But anyway, we got paid that, so then we bought this field. So the money's gone up, then back down a little bit again. Because I needed fields for doing hay. We needed a lot of hay. I've used field 55 again. We leased that from KJ Wiggum, so I need to move him a payment for the lease of that field. We do have our big pasture up here that we bought with but the pasture we bought up here with the sheep, but I'm using that for sheep food. We're going to do hay or grass when we need to up there, and it's a long way to transport it all the way down to the silo, all the way down here, where we're going to be doing our total mix ration production. So I'm in the process of collecting the hay off this field. I've already taken it off field 55. I'll then do our other field just opposite here. We should have a lot. I mean, we're up to about 200,000 litres already. These fields have been incredibly productive as far as hay goes. I mowed them with our class mowers. I leased the butterfly mower, the class one. Disco, I can't remember the number, and then we windrowed. No, we didn't. We tedded, then we windrowed. Otherwise, we'd just have grass sitting here. So we'll collect all this up, and then what I need to do is move the silage from the bunker silo. Same kind of process. We'll use the milling machine, and we can use a wheel loader and bucket. You can use various different things. However you want to speed up, you can use conveyor belts. You know, obviously not for doing this. You wouldn't use conveyor belts. You would normally use a loading wagon, but this actually works really well. Now, as I've always said, I'm by no means a realistic player in so much as I know there are other YouTubers out there that is their trademark, it's their calling card. I know VF does his realism experiment. I know Daggerwin's always used to be realism is key. I know he doesn't have that on his thing anymore, but he does his survival role plays, and there are loads of people doing it. I try to do things kind of semi-realistically, but never full-on realistically. You know, some things I'll do are within the game physics, and the game physics allow certain things to happen when in the real world it wouldn't happen. But I do like to, when real farmers, when people message me and say, "Look, this is what we do on our farm," I do like to try and get things like that. You know, I try to do different things. You know, it's just how it works. It's part of the game, isn't it? Part of playing. So as far as like milling machines and snow blowers and stuff like that, I think I've talked about it before, haven't people said it's unrealistic, it wouldn't be used, and then I found a video online of a German farm using a snowblower to move silage out of the bunker silo and put it into a trailer. It was amazing. You know, and so, you know, people will find solutions to problems that, you know, and I suppose it's that thing as well, maybe it's not done in your area, maybe it's not done in your country, maybe, but it may well be done somewhere else, I don't know. Never say never, I guess. So, like I say, I'll be up to 45,000 litres again fairly soon. Like I say, I'm getting a lot off these fields. I reckon I'm going to be up around 500,000 litres by the time I'm done, if not more, which is great. It's where I need to be. So we'll turn that off. Disconnect it. Take this through to the bunker silo, or the silo, sorry. And the same as making total mix ration goes, and we'll do that in a minute. You may be new to the channel, you may not have seen me do it before, you may have seen me do it a few times. Storing the stuff loose and then making it into a wagon, mixing wagon from the silo is a very quick and easy way of doing it. You can do total mix ration with bales, you can do it from piles and conveyor belts. There are so many different ways, and I've seen people have sent me clips and pictures and of some really ingenious ways they have things set up for feeding their animals, for doing mixed rations, for, you know, whatever it might be. So this is just the way I've kind of fallen into use doing it, because we have that thing on console where you've got a 200 bale limit. I would love to bale everything, because I really do find, I know there are certain things in game that I find very therapeutic. Logging I do, mowing I do, I mean there is a whole load of things. And I think when you're doing stuff with bales, bale manipulation and bale handling, and you're making total mix ration using bales, I love doing that. But the problem is to store enough bales when you've got a lot of animals on the go, or in this case I'm producing total mix ration for a contract. You just can't store enough bales, that's the problem, you know. That's where it becomes a bit of an issue. So you kind of fall down a route of doing it loose because it fits with what you need to be able to do and what you can do. So I will continue. Like I say, all this field's all been done, this will need to be collected as well. I'll see you in a bit when I've got it all into the silo. We'll see how much we've got and then we'll go from there. Okay, we are on the last stretch of this field. We did the other one over there. I haven't actually checked to see what we've got in storage. What did I say? 500,000, 600 maybe? Something like that. We haven't got a full load this time, but that's okay. Let's turn that off, lift that up, pipe in. Unload them, we'll go to the silage pit and we'll go with that. So we've got our straw in there already, as you can probably see from behind us as well. Let's just hop out. Our cornfields are growing magnificently. Very happy with these. I think we're on 2 fertilising states on all of them. We've got 4 fields to harvest. There is a rumour circulating, we'll find out, that potentially we'll get the Lexian back on loan from Jeremy. We did have it for a little while, but then it had to go around other farms, but we may get it back for the final harvest. Fingers crossed, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Do the final harvest in the Lexian. We can get our Lexion again. So silage is... Oh, actually, yeah, I was going to check stuff. What are we up to? What are we up to? So, we've got... Oh, 442,000 litres. That's not too bad. So, I need to make total mix ration. Let's just sort of think, well, how much do I need to make? I'm going to have to check on my contracts page and find out how many I need to make on that. I think it's something like 75,000 litres or something like that. Let's have a look. Total mix ration. Sorry, I'm just checking in my folder. Cody. Cody needs 70,000 litres of TMR and he will pay handsomely for it. That's not bad. And then who else did we have? Kurt's needed TMR. Kurt said, my TMR mixer is broken down. I'm in desperate need for some loose cow feed. A large tipper or semi-trailer. My standard ration is 2 hay, 1 silage, 1 straw. But fine if you reduce to straw. If you deliver to my nearby farm, you're welcome to a load or two of manure as a bonus. That's quite cool. If my mixer doesn't get fixed soon, I may need additional deliveries. Kurt of Uncle Kurt's Animal Farm, but he doesn't say how much he actually needs, so we'll just take some, I guess. Whatever we've got. But what I do also have is a contract for hay. My name is Seamus O'Nimrod and I run Island Knitwear in Cork Island. I believe you can help me with the problem we have in Ireland at the moment. Due to the rain we have had over the last month, we're getting low on hay for our sheep. I was wondering if you could supply us with 120,000 litres of loose material to help tide us over during the winter. I mean, we are kind of, well, we're coming out the back of winter. We haven't really had much snow in the UK, if any. But I suppose we're technically in winter, aren't we? Cool. So I've got contracts for those, which we can sort out, and then obviously there's the corn contract. So what we'll do now is we'll get the silage over, and then I'll get my plan for this episode is to get the total mix ration made, maybe even some shipped. So the straw's already in, the hay's been made, and now that's all in. Now we need to drive round to the bunker silo, and which way do I need to go for that? This way, I think. Actually, I can. Will I make it round this corner? Not sure. This might be a little bit tight. With that on the back as well. I might do it without hitting anything. Ah. Thought we might. No, we're stuck. I knew that would happen. Why did I even try? I should have just stuck to my guns and gone the other way. Coming in a bit tight to the silo. You know what? I'm just making my life far more difficult than it needs to be. I'll just drive around. Just drive over my toolbox first. As far as our contract goes for the chickens, we have almost got 4 full pallets. Overnight the chickens have been very productive. So we've got 1 full box there, 1 full pallet here, another full pallet there. This one is still filling up. But that's not bad actually. We've only got 100 in there because we were supposed to be having 300. But our chicken run would only hold 100, and because they were reproducing, they hit that 100 limit so quickly. I'm just thinking, I'm not making it any easier for myself at all, am I? I really am struggling to get into here. That's a really tight turn. So we'll back up. This is to make going backwards and forwards a bit of a pain. It's my own fault. I used this bunker silo. Right, pipe out. There we go. There's got to be a better way. Yeah, come in through that way. So, how much did we actually have in here? Let's open up my menu. 359,619. That's fantastic. I made this a while back now, didn't I? So, let's get cracking on this. We'll do exactly the same thing here. Keep plugging away. Move all this over and put this into the silo. think we're just about going to do this. Are we? Oh, please tell me we don't have a little bit left. Are we there? Did that say silo empty or not? Oh, that's weird. Let's just double check that. Fill level chaff 0, compacting 100%. Oh, well, looks like we're there. There's probably some in the walls somewhere, I would imagine. But that's that bit done. Let's raise that. Pipe in. Now what I can do with any spare silage I've got left after this, because I say hay I can get rid of, I've still got that ongoing contract with Rod to supply his biogas plants. And he was prepared to pay me various different amounts for, if it was silage, good to go, it was a really good price. If it was hay, it wasn't as good a price, but it was okay. Grass, you know, chaff, it was, there was a varying amount of prices he was prepared to pay. So anything that we've got left over, we can sell to Rod. So all round, we're going to make money out of this, no matter what happens. I do have a contract for wool pallets from Dave, who's been in the ambulance service for quite a long time now, actually, who asked for 4 pallets of wool. And because we've only got 6 sheep, yeah, 20 years he's been in the ambulance service, awesome. Asked for some wool for knitting warm hats. I've only got just over a pallet. I hope that's alright, Dave. That's from Dave G. And he'll send me some pallets of seed fertiliser from his uncle's farm in Lincolnshire. I just went up to check on the sheep actually, and I just suddenly thought I've only got a pallet, and I'm sure I had a contract for wool. So yeah, unfortunately I've got a pallet and a bit. So you can have what I've got, but that's all we managed to get. So sorry. Right. This should see us right actually. What I'll do, let's just drop that off. I don't need that now. Drop that there. And then it'll be back to Old Faithful. We'll grab the Anderson feed mixer, simply because it's the biggest one we've got. It seems daft having a tiny one and doing lots of little loads. I might as well do it the biggest I can. And we'll get the TMR machine up and running again. There we go. So what we're looking at with regard to how much we've ended up with. Whoops, wrong one. So we've got 263,674 litres of straw, 442,422 litres of hay, 359,619 litres of silage. We have got more than enough to make the total mix ration that we need. Actually, let's go through. So we'll be doing that. Oh, don't mean to go through the wall. Which is good, that's where we need to be at. It took a little while making all the hay and all the rest of it, and the backwards and forwards with the silage wasn't too bad. What time is it? Nearly 20 to 2 in the afternoon. We will get the total mix ration made. So what I'm going to do is just drop this off. Actually, you know what? This can stay over here, because I'm going to need to transport the TMR once I'm done, or I could get KJ back in again. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? 70,000 litres will need to go. Yeah, I'll get KJ in. That's probably not a bad idea. Seems daft for me doing it in 45,000 litre loads when you can do it in one load. Far more sense. Right. So we ended up, we did chickens, we did pigs, we've done some sheep, we didn't do cows in the end, and we've done horses, yeah, so we did everything apart from cows. I was thinking in my head, oh, we didn't really do much in the way of livestock. We did everything apart from cows. Weird, you're kind of in your head, you think. I think we're up to, I think in total, since we started the Let's Play, 46, 47 subscriber contracts we're done, or we are doing. Hopefully we'll get them all complete by the end. Drop that off. Always a good idea to separate the IT runner implements from the IT runner base, especially if you're going to save the game, because you often find you can have issues if you leave things attached. When you come back, they're no longer attached and they're in different places, places they shouldn't be. Right, this point's over. I'm going to grab the Zerion, I think. We'll whiz up and we'll get the feed mixer and I'll come back. Let's get some TMR made. Right, so I've grabbed the Anderson, just over to, what's it, 29,300 and something litres. As I said earlier, if you see... it doesn't like that too much, does it? Let's come a little bit wide on that. I should have come around the other side of the tree. If you've seen me do this before, it's, you know, using the silo for doing it, especially the MF Shed Pack one. You're almost making yourself a TMR machine. And I know PC have various different machines for making pig food and TMR, and you just load the ingredients in and away it goes, kind of thing. And on console we don't have that, and it'd be fantastic if we did. And I know there's scripting issues and all sorts of stuff. I totally get that. This is kind of the closest I've got, and I know there are loads of different ways of doing this. You know, all different ways people have automated this sort of setup to make total mixed ration. But I just find, if you put the mixing wagon on rear unload, which I've got it on now, you put the ingredients in, and because you've got the spout at the top, and I know I've said this before on Marwell and on Washoe and all the different maps I've done this on, the spout at the top is where it all comes in, but then you've got the grate underneath, so when you position it just right, you can make the load, then unload it back into the silo, so you're going through that entire cycle, and it's a constant process of making total mixed ration. It works really, really well. My mix is 1 part silage, 1 part straw, 2 parts hay. You don't have to use straw, you can just do silage and hay to make total mixed ration. I just find that using straw pads it out and makes the ingredients go further, you get more total mixed ration for, but that's just my own personal preference, that's just what I end up doing. So what we can do now is we go straw, and I'm sure it's just over 7,000, it's 7,300 we need, so... not quite. I stopped that a little bit too early, not to worry. Next up we need, let's go with silage next, so we need to go to about 14.6. 14-ish. Now what should happen if we come in here, the colour it's at the moment, when we put the hay in, at some point that's going to go a lighter colour. So now I just fill the rest up with hay, like that, and down the bottom it says total mixed ration, where we are good to go. So then all we do now is start overloading, so R1 and triangle, that then goes back into the silo. If I do that, it'll tell me how much I've got of, there we go, total mixed ration. 29,300, that's the first load. So it's not going to take many loads to get the 70,000 litres we need for Cody, and if I double that up and we make another 70,000 litres for Kurt, I could do 79,000 I guess to fill up the trailer when KJ Wiggums comes, but it's not really too much of a problem. So let's go again. No, I'm stopping that too short. Oh no, hang on. I did that wrong, didn't I? Let's open up the menu. What have I got in there? Oh yeah, I put the hay in, didn't I? I've done the hay and straw. I need to do more hay. I was meant to do silage. Oh, blimey, I'm making a right old pig's ear of this today, aren't I? Right, let's turn that off. So I need another 7,000 litres of hay, so I'll take that up to about 21, I guess. Right, that'll do. Now silage. And we've got total mixed ration. Right. Better. Right. Next time it'll be a proper load. Oh dear, get myself all flustered. Never mind. So, big question next. Where do I move to next? I kind of asked that in the last episode. I know not as many people are watching this Let's Play as are watching Sussex, so I'll probably ask the same question on Sussex, but the next Let's Play for this one is going to be a run for fun. I'm doing seasons on Sussex, so the next one I do will be just playing There may be an element of roleplay to it, but it won't be subscriber contracts and it won't be with seasons. So I'll be running one Let's Play with seasons, one without seasons. I generally do that if I've got seasons on, just makes life a little bit easier for managing it all. Potentially new maps. There was a trailer dropped by Black Sheep Modding the other day, which I've posted forward onto my Facebook page from the Valley of the Old Farm, which I do like the look of. But yeah, we've had a few nice maps recently, so it's a bit of a tricky one. Right, now the straw. Now the hay. There we go. And start overloading. Fantastic. So I was doing that. If I just do this and then go back across, 63,000 litres and climbing. Fantastic. So after this though, we're back to about 90,000, nearly 100,000 litres, I think, if I've done that right. I want to get to just over 140,000 litres. That will be fine for both the TMR contracts. I hope. Let's have a look. 3 loads at 29,000 litres. It's just under 90,000, isn't it? 29,000 litres isn't 30,000 litres, so 3 loads would be 90, but it's just under, which makes it 88,000, which is where we're at. Good grief. Okay, get a grip, MrSealyp. What are you playing at? That's better. Much better. And then now, hey. There we go, Tommy's ration. Start overloading, brilliant. So I'll see you when we get to 140,000 litres. That's only another couple of loads of this, and we'll be good to go. Then we'll see how much silage we've got left, because the silage, like I say, that can be transported for Rod, for his BGAs that he operates. 3 BGAs he operates. I did a thing for him a while back, didn't I? Because he gave us, or let us have the use of the class Jaguar, which was an awesome bit of kit, and I've used that a couple of times since. Done it again. So I hit total mix ration with the hay and with the silage. That came up a total mix ration at about 21,000 litres. So I had the total mix ration. So rather than adding in more hay and more silage, both of which require more effort and time to make, the rest I can put in straw. That's just left behind after doing harvest. So that's why I do it that way. I just think it's a better way of doing it. It's just me personally. And with that, we have unloaded our last bit of TMR we need to make, which puts us, hopefully, if I've done this right, I'm still baffled by that, that's thrown me. Anyway, so we've got, how much have we got? 146,000 litres, we need 140,000, 70,000 litres for each contract, one for Kurt, one for Cody. That's the total mixed ration made. As far as silage, we've got 322,000 litres of silage left. Now, the deal with Rod for silage was, I think it was, silage was double, so whatever the current rate was, it was double. If I gave him chaff, it was 75% of what the current rate was, and if I gave him just grass, it was 60%, because he'd have to do the work to make that into, you know, something usable in his biogas plants. So potentially 322,883 litres of that. Wow, double whatever the current rate is. That's going to be amazing. What is the current rate for silage? What are we looking at for silage? Biogas GEISELSBERG 1,000. So potentially I'm looking at 720 for 1,000 litres if he pays me double. Oh, that's a nice deal. We should leave GEISELSBERG and Papa Farms in a very good position financially, I think, by the end of all this. So next up then will be transport. Transport and delivery for all of these. Like I say, there's 120,000 litres of hay going to Seamus Nimrod will be getting 120,000 litres of hay, because we've still got enough hay left. Yeah, plenty of hay. I could keep making total mixed ration as well if I wanted to, but we're there for that. So transportation is the next step. I will get the hay sorted, we'll get the silage shipped out to Rod, we'll get the TMR shipped off, and that's 4 contracts knocked on the head, isn't it? Yeah, 4 contracts knocked on the head in today's episode. Not bad at all. And then we've got horses need exercise. I've got the corn will need to be harvested. That'll be the final harvest, like I said. The egg boxes will need to be taken off and sold, or not sold, but sorted out for Jason. So I'm thinking potentially, once we get this sorted out, the next episode, if we're ready to harvest, if the corn's ready, could be the last episode. Sad times. But moving on, and I think I might go with another start from scratch, start with like no machinery or something small, and just kind of build up myself. I think that might be the way to go with it, rather than bringing loads of stuff in. I know people do like that whole how do you build up, where do you go, what machinery do you use kind of thing, and I think I might go down that route. I do like that challenge of kind of starting off with nothing. It does force you to do in-game contracts a lot more. Oh, someone's driven across the field there. Who would have done such a thing? Naughty. Right. KJ, you're up. So, KJ Wiggums, haulage has arrived. First load, 70,000 litres to Cody. Just thinking turning around out the other side of this might be a little bit tricky. We'll sort something out. Right then. Total mixed ration. Doesn't matter if we go just a little bit over 70,000. Haven't got enough to do 2 complete loads, but alright. There we go. Cover on. So Cody, that's on its way to you. Can I swing round here? Not particularly well, but there we go. Right, so that's on its way. Tell you what, they must have a distribution centre somewhere locally. It doesn't take them long to get there and back. But next load, Kurt, 70,000 litres. winging its way to you right now. Next load for collection is the first, well, we'll do 79,000 litres of loose hay for Seamus O'Nimrod. Actually, what I'll do, Seamus, I'll send you 2 full loads. I've got plenty, might as well cover that. Might as well. Right, load number 2 of the hay. Actually, before I forget, just so I remembered, while that's filling up, I need to pay KJ Wiggums for haulage and for the lease of his field, didn't I? Field 55, I forgot all about that. Right, 10 grand has just gone to you, KJ, for services rendered and the lease of your field. Thank you very much. I think we are a day away from the horses being ready as well. They're sitting right there, so once they've exercised for today, by tomorrow they should be good to go as well. So, Seamus O'Nimrod, this is your second load. I've gone over 120,000 litres, but it's fine, that's coming to you. Next bit that will be collected will be the silage to go off to Rod. I think we'll be good at that point. I'll be honest, I still cannot get over how much this area has changed since we started the Let's Play. When you think this was a fairly small field with forest at one end, we cleared all of that, we cleared the forest away, we extended the field, we've done a few different crops in it, we've got the horse pastures over there, we've got the new silo. This is probably the bit on the map that's changed the most, I think, while we've been doing this. So this will be the first load then for Rod of the 322,000 litres of silage we've got left. Something like that, isn't it? Always come close to hitting that fence post just there. So the rest of this will be done off camera. Hopefully by tomorrow morning our corn should be ready to harvest. Then we'll be sorting out selling off the horses, we'll be sorting out getting rid of the eggs, doing the final harvest, and that will be the last episode, I think. Yeah, I think so. It's all kind of fallen into place for the last bit actually. It's all kind of worked out timing wise. So we want, I'm sure it was, yeah, 322,883 litres of silage. So Rod, that's going to be on its way to you. So like I say, by the morning, once the corn's ready to harvest, we should have a load of money in the bank account as well for all these contracts paying out we've done today, for the TMR, the hay, the silage going off to Rod. Yeah, should be a nice tidy bit of money in the bank account. Very nice indeed. I'll get on the blower to Jeremy and hopefully we'll be able to get the Lexion, like I said, sorted for the final harvest. Providing there's not another farm that's using it on a trial at the moment, we should be okay. And with that, we've come to the end of this episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.